Meri Brown, star of Sister Wives, disclosed a very tragic loss, saying that the person was gone too soon. In March 2024, she and her family already experienced the loss of their son, Robyn Brown. Who is she currently grieving for? For further information, continue reading. Sister Wives actress Meri Brown's journey from Kody Brown's first wife to a single entrepreneur has been quite the roller coaster. The whole family was upended when he took a fourth wife after she had been married to him for 20 years. Meri was resolved to fulfill her duty and remain in a loveless marriage even if she and Kody eventually drifted apart. When she finally saw the end of the tunnel, she decided to go permanently to Utah and start over. Her son Garrison tragically committed suicide at his home in Flagstaff, Arizona, in March 2024, leaving her family grieving. Meri is now talking about how she has been affected by yet another terrible loss. The B&B owner posted a photo of herself and Mark Stitham on social media. He was a co-founder of the controversial and scandal-plagued multi-level marketing company LuLaRoe. Meri started this company, which enabled her to financially accomplish a number of her objectives. But as time went on, it became polluted, so many left and tried new things. Meri stayed faithful in spite of this, and she is now lamenting Mark's departure. She says, "At first, a lot of Sister Wives fans believed that Mark was the husband of her close friend Jen Sullivan. Love was being sent to Meri Brown and her best friend. Others, however, quickly identified him as Mark Stitham and noted his reputation. Although the reason of death has not yet been disclosed, it is tragic when someone dies so young." Meri Brown received a lot of affection from Sister Wives fans despite the controversy surrounding LuLaRoe and how it partly tarnished multi-level marketing. They wanted her to know she was not alone and felt terrible that she was experiencing such a devastating loss. Additionally, they appeared to support her in her hour of need and grief, particularly after penning such a lovely ode. When Season 20 of Sister Wives debuts on Sunday, September 28, Meri's story will continue. The reality star is currently really depressed, but maybe she will realize how much love is all around her. In the Brown family's story, love and loss have always gone hand in hand. But Meri Brown's most recent disclosure came as a surprise to her fans and the Sister Wives community. Kody Brown's first wife revealed in a subdued yet impactful post that a loved one had passed away. Gone too soon. In words rife with sorrow. It had nothing to do with broken marriages, reality TV drama, or polygamy. It dealt with grief, raw and universal. Meri, who has experienced both private and public heartbreaks, felt that this loss opened up a new chapter in her journey that had an impact that went well beyond the news. Meri's Instagram was where fans first learned about her sadness. She posted in homage in a picture that was subdued in tone, delicate yet heartfelt. "My heart hurts," was the caption. "I'm saying farewell to a loved one today. Too soon gone. I will miss your stories, your brightness, and your laughter. Take it easy." There was no glossy veneer, no smart filters, and no hashtags. Just sadness. The post seemed like another milestone in Meri's lengthy survival story for those who have followed her journey on Sister Wives. Her decades-long battle with identity within polygamy, the pain of betrayal, and the difficult choice to finally leave the shadow of her marriage. Meri did not immediately identify the deceased, but rumors soon spread. Supporters questioned if it was a personal acquaintance, a member of her family, or a local from her Utah bed and breakfast. Meri has always kept some parts of her life extremely private. Her life outside of TLC cameras has frequently been less visible, even though the show places her in the setting of multiple marriages and drama with Kody. Moments such as this allow her fans to glimpse the lady behind the label, a woman living her life and dying just like everyone else. Nevertheless, the universality contributed to the poignancy. It hardly mattered who had died. How she communicated it, raw, painful, and without pretense, was important. Hundreds of fans repeated the same sentiment in the comment section. Gone too soon. This is not the first time Meri has publicly shown her grief, according to devoted watchers. In 2021, she lost her mother, Bonnie Ahlstrom. Meri's favorite bed and breakfast in Parowan, Utah, Lizzie's Heritage Inn, was centered around Bonnie, who was more than simply a mom. Meri was deeply upset by Bonnie's unexpected death. "I literally don't know how I'm going to do the rest of my life without her," she wrote at the time. "I can never adequately convey how much I love you, Mom, but I know you already know that." Her resolve to maintain the inn and uphold the tradition of the women who came before her grew entwined with her grief for her mother. Every wall image and quilt on the bed turned into a kind of prayer, sewn in memory. Meri's fortitude is now put to the test, once more after suffering another setback. This time, though, she appears to be relying not just on her heritage but also on her own voice as she shares her grief with thousands of strangers who have become friends. Fans were intrigued by the nearly dual sense of the term, "gone too soon." Meri has frequently experienced loss before she was prepared, having once held on to a multiple marriage only to witness it fall apart in before her eyes. Fans are now reminded by the death of someone outside of the spotlight that grief is real, tangible, and irreversible. It is not merely an emotional metaphor. According to insiders, Robyn, Janelle, and Christine all expressed silent condolences, despite the fact that the sister wives' ties have deteriorated. Sharp edges are somehow softened by grief, at least temporarily. Support was also mobilized by the fans. "Meri, I lost my brother this year," one follower commented. "I understand the feeling of gone too soon. I'm sending you strength and love. You've endured so much, yet you continue to stand tall," said another. "I hope the love of our community surrounds you." Meri's loss thus served as a bridge, a point of connection, between the reality TV star and the audience, who have come to identify with her hardships. Picture Meri seated with a pen and journal open at Lizzie's Heritage Inn. Outside, the autumnal brilliance of the Utah sky extends. "This farewell feels unfair," she writes. "I keep waiting for your voice to break the silence, for your name to appear on the screen, and for my phone to buzz. But today, silence matters. All I hear is silence. Time feels terrible, even if they claim it heals. I wanted to hear more stories and laugh more. It was too soon for me and too soon for you. I will preserve your memories in the small things, like the morning coffee scent, the off-key melodies we used to sing, and the way the light streams through this historic inn. Perhaps mourning is simply another form of love that is heavier and louder. And I will continue to love you in this stillness if that is the case." Meri's post received an exceptionally high response. Why? Because it revealed the human truth, that loss affects everyone, after removing the veils of fame and polygamy. Suddenly, those who would have disapproved of Meri's decisions or chastised her for being reluctant to leave Kody felt connection. Has anyone not lost a loved one too soon, who hasn't reflected, "I wish I had more time"? Meri's sorrow became collective in that way. It allowed other people to share theirs. Strangers joined arms in virtual solidarity in the post-comment area, which turned into a grieving circle. However, grieving in the spotlight is not easy. There were detractors who conjectured, analyzed, or disregarded every message of kindness. The post, according to some, was ambiguous for attention. Others insisted on knowing the details, but Meri didn't appear to mind the commotion. She blogged for herself, for closure and remembrance, not for tabloids. Perhaps that is the lesson. While public sadness may elicit criticism, the bereaved nonetheless own it. Now what? Reinvention has frequently followed grief for Meri. She put even more effort into managing Lizzie's Heritage Inn after losing her mother. She rebranded herself as a businesswoman, motivational speaker, and lone traveler after losing her marriage. This loss is probably going to lead to another phase of development. She has already alluded to wanting to write her memoirs, so maybe it will inspire her to write more. Maybe it will encourage healing-focused getaways at her inn. For Meri, the story has never ended with grief. It has been the soil that yields new strength. For Sister Wives fans, Meri has come to represent a resilient woman in many ways. Despite the heartbreak that has plagued her path, she has consistently demonstrated resiliency. Her recent remarks, "Gone too soon," cut through gossip, polygamy, and celebrity to remind us of a straightforward truth. Sometimes the cost of love is more than we ever imagined. Meri Brown made a brief, nearly sparse disclosure. However, she conveyed a universe in those few words. The weight of memory, the injustice of time, and the pain of saying goodbye. Her story ultimately serves as a reminder of a terrible yet beautiful truth. That profound love entails a deep risk of loss, and we are left to bear the love alone when the loss occurs too soon. But Meri will carry it, as she has repeatedly demonstrated. She will incorporate it into her business, her inn, and her heart. She will continue to respect what was lost rather than give up. And maybe that's why her online strangers, who are her fans, are so attached to her narrative. She is a mirror, not because she is a reality TV personality. We see our own grief in hers. We find hope for ourselves in her tenacity.